Welcome back, everybody. My name is Alex Anthony, and we are going to be reviewing Alex's video today. This is the second time we've done one of their videos. They're on Unibet, but I believe, Alex, let's see if we can see on these tables here. Does it show what stakes we're playing? I think they said they're playing micro stakes, but I can't quite tell what the limits are. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. And Alex is I forget what country they're from, bro. I'm sorry. But they're playing on a Euro site, Unibet, and this is very different than like what we normally do, going off of Club WPT style. But we're going to just, roll with it because they are, they posted and we can do both anyway. I prefer to do like the current ante slash three blind style that Club Dub has just because it's like almost like a better format overall. But the classic two blind no ante is something that I'm very familiar with as well. And I still do play a little bit on Coin, which offers that. So this is not like completely unfamiliar. Plus, I play a lot of live, which is always going to be no ante until like casinos start doing big blind antes. It's going to pretty much be no ante. I can't imagine. The only ante games that I play are the double board PLO bomb pot games, which are just all ante because, you go to the flop directly, like on the bomb pot. So there's like no real point to there being blinds. But keep an eye out actually because we are going to be doing a double board PLO bomb pot strategy video coming up soon because I know that a lot of people have had questions about that and just like how to play in general. Like whenever I'm at the casino playing, I see so many nervous faces and some people like, oh, I don't want to play this because I'm just not very good at it. So we will be doing that soon. Keep an eye out. Anything that I notice on Alex's video, I will talk about, of course, but everything's been really standard so far. Here we've got a few good hands. Yep. Okay. So I'll probably flat with the ace nine suited. That would be my typical. We're in position. I want to get to the flop. I don't really want to bloat the pot. It was raised, right? One, two, and I'm assuming that it's not three, but yeah, it's not three blind. So that's a min raise from first position. It looks like a poster folded, and then we get a cold call from the cutoff. So you could 3-bet squeeze here, but like you're squeezing under the gun open, and I'm not sure what your reads are on this person, but unless they're super, super loose, like for their PFR, if they have a PFR that's like 15 or below, I'm probably just flatting here. If their PFR is like, 16 or above and you think they're going to be opening here a little too wide, then okay, that's fine. But I would probably lean towards flatting here. This is also going to be a lot of Club Dub isms that I tend to do. So I'll try not to lean too much on that because, of course, on other sides, you're going to get people who are more aggressive, who are going to squeeze you from behind more often. So you kind of want to squeeze yourself so that you don't get squeezed out of the pot. Once we get into situations like that, then I think re-raising here with the ace-9 suited ourselves is a better play. But if people will let you get away with it, flatting is better because you get to see the pot in position with a deeper SPR. You risk less when you whiff entirely. And when the under the gun does wake up with a real hand, you're not going to get like pushed off of it because like it really sucks to, 3-bets like 10, 12 BB here and then get 4-bet off your hand. It's just like pretty unfortunate when you could have just called 2, seen a flop, and then gone from there. So with the ace 10, it looks like we got button open, small blind call. We're in the BB. Now this is a way better spot to squeeze for a myriad of reasons. One, our hand is better. The difference between ace 9 suited and ace 10 suited may not seem like much, but it's pretty drastic. Not only are you upping your kicker by 1, but you are now able to make Broadway, with your hand. So anytime you can flop a royal flush, you've got a pretty good hand. So with that being said, I would love to see a 12 BB 3-bet here on table 2. And then looking down on table 3, let's make it like 10 BB for our 3-bet size, I would say. Pretty standard. 8 is a little small. Just from like a theory perspective, 8's a little small, 10's a little small too. So you're gonna want to size up on both of these. If we check GTO ranges on Wizard for 2 blind, I think it would fuck GTO. Fuck GTO. Like it may still go smaller, but I kind of want to check it. But I think it would not be totally unfavored to a 10 BB here, 5x, and then 6x here, going 10 plus the 2, basically. 10, the 10 BB plus the 2. So here, let's check Wizard real quick. Change it to Classic, go 6 max. We'll go NL 10 rake because we don't really know I don't think he's playing bigger than NL 10 right now. And if he is, it's 25 at the most, I would say. Open size 2x. And let's see what the ranges do. So button opens 2x. Yeah, see, standard 3-bet size is going to be 11, which I actually love and agree with. That's awesome. So they're even going bigger than my default. Bravo, GTO. You got it right. Because not a lot of the time when you see these GTO ranges and sizes, do you necessarily think that's going to translate to a live game or like a real-time game, like with real players and such, like, because no one's, of course, going to be playing the strategy. So they don't always get the numbers that I would like to use. But in this instance, they absolutely did, and they even recommend a bigger raise size. So just kind of try to keep that in mind. Out of position, you always want to be going a little bit bigger. This is something that we were talking about in the last few videos as well. Like even on Club Dub, people are going a little too small. Honestly, in every regard, that's one of the biggest mistakes I see from even good players, like actual people who I know how to hand read. They understand at least some poker theory. And I'm always shocked too, like players that I respect too live, like players that are good that I consider to be decent players. Like of the pool, these are the best players that we have. And you get like a raise to like 20, a call, and then someone three bets to like 65 from out of position. And I'm like, bro, what the are you doing? Three betting to like 3.5x or 3x out of position when there's already a caller and you're deep. And it's like, dude, you're just setting yourself up to get completely destroyed. So bigger, always bigger from out of position. It's honestly like, I don't want to say hard to go too big because of course you can just go like drastically too big, but like based on most people's instincts, people are going too small. So like anytime, like for most people right now, if you think maybe I don't know if I'm going, if you don't know if you're going big enough from out of position, go to the size that you think is right and then add a BB or two. And then you're probably in the closer direction. Like add 2 BB. Go do your instinctual size and add 2 BB on top of that, and you're probably gonna be closer to better than where you are right now. Now against this 4-bet, I think we can flat because he made it min. Like, I think we have to flat, in fact. I don't think we are allowed to fold here. It kind of sucks, and it's like a break-even call. But I think we have to because there's still money left behind. We'll have an SPR of about 2, so not nothing. In 4-bet pots, people typically bet pretty small, so if we do flop a draw, we could conceivably be getting a good price on that draw. If they have ace king, ace queen, then there's a chance we can just both miss the flop, and we can then win from there. So we're really just like obviously fearing aces and kings here. We're really just fearing aces and kings and queens. The hands that we have to hit. I mean, aces is the obvious, like we're fucked, but kings and queens we can still hit the ace. So we're getting just under 4-1 right now. Pretty medium spot. If someone is like, bro, I just don't want to waste my money here. Plus, I don't feel like confident playing post flop, out of position, 4-bet pot, weaker holding, like in a 4-bet pot scenario, you can fold here. It's fine. Like I won't, like you're not going to lose a lot of money folding here. And like I said, it's probably brought a break even call at best. It might be a slightly tiny bit of a losing call or losing fold, but it might be a slightly break even call. So in those instances, if you want to take the route where you feel like you'll make the least amount of mistakes and just fold right now, that's fine. That's fine. But if you want to play post flop and you're comfortable playing post flop, I think calling here is fine. But only fine. It's not like we're happy and this and that. And of course, we're never jamming on top. I don't think they're bluffing here. And if we would need a good read to want to jam on top here. This is just a very, very, very strong line. Very strong line. Yeah, I see you debating between the two options. So let's just kind of check and then call a small bet, check the turn, hope that they check it back, and then we can kind of play the river. Ugh, big bet. Snap call, huh? Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not folding to that bet either, but like when they jam this turn, I don't know if we can call. In fact, I think we have to fold the turn if jammed on. Kings, queens, jacks is probably not as much, but it's still possible. Aces we block, but still 3 combos out there. So check back, huh? Okay, check back I like a lot. That means our hand is like way strong now. Okay, dude, you're going for the check button there in the end. I don't know if I check on the end here. You could bet 20 and get called by ace king, ace queen, 20 BB. Bet fold 20 sounds like the most absurd thing ever, but like you're probably like literally never good when you get jammed on. So you could bet fold 20. You could jam and try to get a really loose call by ace high. I don't think kings and queens are checking back this turn. So I think his range is heavily weighted towards ace, king, ace, queen. So now it's just time to see if we can get some value. And I think they're going to check back like every time that we check to them with that hand. So I really don't mind bet fold 20. Shove is loose. But like it can get paid by like, them reading you for like jack, queen, king, queen, and then, or like them trying to bet them off of a chop, like with like, just like ace whatever, but you probably don't call the flop with ace whatever, like ace 8, ace 7 is like the only kind of whatever type hand there could even really be. So instinctually, I think bet fold small is maximum exploitation. Like we're maximally opening ourselves up to being exploited, but based on the average player and the micro stakes and this and that, you're probably not going to get jammed on here when you bet small as a bluff. They're probably not going to be jamming like the ace high. They're probably just going to flat it. And if they had jacks or better, I really think they're betting the turn most of the time. So, and if they do like what you call it, bet this river here, like when you're check two, I'm just like surprised, and like maybe they're even trying to bet you off of a chop now. So like once they check back that turn, I'm just not folding, I don't think, because it's like a really big red flag for their range. Like they've represented strength the whole way. Min raise the button is fine. Min 4-bet is strong. Snap c-bet on the flop. And let's notice that the c-bet size was like pretty big too, like pretty sizable. I mean, they c-bet the exact size that they 4-bet to. Relatively uncommon these days. Like a standard c-bet size in a 4-bet pot is like 20%. They chose 50%. So that was all really representative of a huge hand. Then the bottom card paired on a draw heavy board and they did not opt to bet into you again. So, or like not into you, but they didn't opt to bet again to double barrel, win, check two. And to me, that's like, I've never, I mean, never say never, but like the average person is not doing that with an overpair there to let the ace come off, to let the king come off, the queen come off. They're just not checking back there with that. So, checking with the intention of like calling off a bluff is like fine, I guess. I just don't know how many bluffs they have. I mean, they had king three suited, obviously, so like they have some bluffs, but I think they have more ace king ace queen type hands in their range, and than they are just gonna have like raw bluffs. I mean, king queen maybe kind of, I guess you could try to get a bet from on the end there, but I still think I like bet fold myself, like bet 20 BB, just try to get value from like ace king ace queen, and then kind of move on from there. But nice hand, glad you won. 2.5 seems to be your standard. It's kind of funny because back in the day we were always like debating about like open raise sizes, like what's best and this and that. And after like learning the solver way / solver era, it's almost like if you just adjust your ranges accordingly, you can kind of like raise whatever, like within reason, like between 2 to 6 to 8 BB. Like you really can't have ranges that are just like, fine. They're unexploitable as long as you are setting yourself up properly. And for the most part, it's usually the bigger that you're raising to pre, the less hands you're raising overall. You're cutting speculation out. And when you do that, you get increased value in your bigger hands, but you can't play as many hands overall. So that's cool. So like, I'm not going to really comment on your sizing as if it's like good or bad. I'm just commenting on what it is. 2.5x is your standard. I was going to say, yeah, I opened the queen three suited for sure. What did we do on table two? I'm so sorry. So we open and then did you bet full pot as a C bet? I don't like that at all. Oh, okay, never mind. You bet. Well, I'm so stupid, bro. I did not see right. You bet quarter pot. I love that. I love that at all. I love that all. I think I was looking at the total size of the pot when I was looking at your actual bet size. Okay, hold on here. Jack. 2, yeah, we squeezed to 12 again. 12 again. Yeah, you're probably gonna go 10 again because I was seeing your sizes, and like most people do the same thing, kind of like as a standard. So if you went 10 the first time, you're probably gonna go 10 this time, but go 12. Go 12, go 12. And honestly, even after looking at the solver, you could maybe even go 13. You could maybe even go 13. Snap 4-bet again? Huh. It's kind of a pain in the butt, really. But it's small, though. People are four-betting you really small, so you really can continue with these sizes. So, all right. Check react. This is like a really, really, really awful situation. So we're probably like, you can check call up to like 12 BB here. I'd probably just let it go. Like, sure, if they have the king three again, we're being exploited, but their range is going to be so heavily weighted towards like ace x, kings, queens. Even for these small bets, I mean, yeah, maybe you're getting beat off the chop with jack, but like, it's just a tough hand / situation to like actually realize our equity. I mean, you basically just have to hope when you call here that it goes check on the next two streets. And that's like almost like another form of getting lucky. Like it's like, you just need to hope that they don't have a hand that they want to bet or they don't want to bluff you. So I'd probably just let it go here. I'd probably just let it go on the ace high board. Ace high board is pretty much the worst thing you can have when you flat call from out of position with the 4-bet. Yeah, fold is fine there. If they bet like 12, you can peel, but against like they made it like a good enough size to not. Open limp, yeah, punish with 4x is fine. Might be a little small because like some people really will just call whatever. Now here's a weird spot where like a lot of people are afraid to get owned by like someone who has like 4-4, 5-5, 7-7, 7-5, 5-4, 6-8, 6-3. They're like, bro, I do not want to lose to those hands. Me, I'm perfectly fine losing to those hands because there are so many like 4x hands, 6x hands, 5x hands, 7x hands, pocket 8s, pocket 9s, pocket 10s that they just limp called with because they're bad. Random hearts, random overcards that we can get value from. So my sizes here will be egregious. I'm going 10 BB on the flop, jamming the turn. If you check back the flop, huge fucking mistake. Huge mistake. Gargantuan mistake. In fact, like this is like one of the things that keeps people in the micro stakes too long is their unwillingness to let a fish own them when they just happen to get there. It's like, it's okay to lose. It really is okay to lose to bad players when you're at the top of your range. And that's something that like took me a long time to get comfortable with as well. But you're supposed to lose with certain hands. Like this is one of them. Like maybe not on that 8 turn, but think of all the other turns that you can get it in on. A deuce, a 3, a 4, a 5, like an 8 is bad, but like the 9, the 10, the jack, the queen, the king, everything but the ace, basically. Everything but the ace. You can go with my line. Bet 10, jam turn. That's the line. So I'm not sure your logic here, but I probably already hit on it, which is you just don't want to lose to the fish. Probably not folding to the half pot bet on the turn either after you check back the flop, bro, because like that's a really, really, really bluffy line. They're going to have to convince me that they have it. So I need to see another river bet, please. Call that turn if you do check back the flop, which you shouldn't, but like just since we're here to talk about poker, call that turn because they can bet so much nonsense off, like just to get you off your hand right there. and they're like limp calling it probably way, way, way too much. So don't give them respect. I don't like how far off to the right they put your cards. It looks like it's the other person. You know, like they should put your cards like above your name, like where the one BB is on table 2. That's where your cards should be. All right, so 4 betting here for sure. I go like 25 personally. I'm a bit of a bigger 4 better. I know that the cool kids are all like, you know, basically 2x, but like I lean closer towards like 2.5, 3x, just because I think most people have a hard time folding 2 4 bets once they have like a value hand. Like if he, you know, has like ace king, ace queen, ace jack, ace 10 here, he's probably he's gonna potentially call you here. So let's get more money. If he's bluffing, he's bluffing. He's just gonna fold anyway. So that doesn't really matter. So when we are going for value, I do like going a little bit bigger. Not when we're going for value, but like when we're taking this line, I typically go a little bit bigger. But that's just because I don't mind being red for a little bit of a stronger hand, and I don't mind being like just like a little bit away from GTO when we're playing against such weak opposition. 3-bet size, yeah. I mean, I'll say it every time just so you know, but like, yeah, 3-bet size too small, make it like 10 or 11. 3-bet size is too small, make it bigger. You just give people too good of a price, you know. Same guy from before, right? With the king 3 suited. That's a tough cookie, bro. Will ace rag call us if we jam? Because I want to jam on this motherfucker after that last hand. If they're gonna do this with king 3 suited, king queen suited is a pretty freaking good hand. My only thing is I really don't want to get it in behind to ace x, which would kind of suck. But they could just fold it. I'm jamming here after seeing that last hand. 23 BB in the middle. If we just jam outright and win, that's like an insanely good result. We also kind of like get them to stop doing this. You know, like it's just like weird and awkward. And like of course you can just call and play post flop here, but after them doing this with king 3 last time, I'm not willing to give them the respect of playing normally. You know, like they've already shown us that they're willing to go way out of line. So I too am now willing to go way out of line, and I will jam on this hand pre-flop because it just seems like their range is too weak. You know, put the ball back in their court, force them to make a tough decision. If they really want to call us down here with ace 4 offsuit and like, you know, be basically flipping, then whatever, that's fine. I think we're gonna get a fold a lot of the time though, and that's like the best thing. And there's merit to like wanting to keep their dominated hands in and play post flop and just try to like extract more from them. But being out of position is tough. The SPR has already gotten decently big. You're at like 2.6, 2.8 right now. So there's not a whole ton of room for post flop play anyway. So I would just probably go with that, the jam, or maybe like check jam a lot of flops, or call here, check jam a lot of flops. So we saw how he played it last time where he snap bet half pot the same size that he 4-bet to. It's not a terrible play either. If you want to like try and if you did want to extract a little more equity from him and a little more value from his really, really bad range, that's the way that I would do it, is by check raising a lot of flops all in. Like basically any non-ace high flop, I'm gonna probably check raise all in. Like if it's jack high flop, 10 high flop, like that kind of thing. And if we hit the flop, then we can kind of maybe slow down a little bit, try and get them to bluff even more. But I don't mind jam just straight up because they are so wild. So it looks like you're gonna call, which, you know, don't hate. It's obviously not a losing play. I just think shoving it in their face here has a little bit more merit because it is just such a, what's the word? I like check jam on this flop, even though we have no backdoors. I think their range is gonna be a little too wide. 9 high boards miss a lot of things. And you can even go like, you don't even have to jam. You can go like check, raise, call. Wait, how many BB do they have? Or is that after the pot? That's after the pot. Before, yeah, they have 86 left. So when they bet 13. So that means that they have 63 left. Now you can go check jam on them. You can go check jam. Slash, like, I was gonna say you can go like check raise to like 65 and then call it off, because 65 looks smaller. It looks stronger than actually jamming. Jamming looks like you want it to fold, but raising to 65 looks like you want value. So I would probably not give them respect here, honestly. I think that their range is a little too wide, and they can probably just fold a lot of hands here. And now they might even just fold ace high. They might fold ace 4, ace deuce, ace, probably not ace 3 because they're bad. Ace 5, ace 6. So I don't mind it. If you somehow have the same hand as them, you know, you could get them to fold now. But yeah, I do not like to give players respect who have earned disrespect. I do not like to give players respect who have earned disrespect, because this player, by playing that last 4-bet pot with us with the king 3 suited, earned enough disrespect for me for the rest of my session with them, at the very least, you know. Is this 2 ways or 3 ways? 2 ways? Yeah, just bet the flop is fine. With the 9, with the pair of 9s. Bet a lot of bad turn cards, bro. A lot of bad turn cards. You should just bet that flop. Like there's no reason to check back. There's no reason to check back. Just bet the flop, take it down, extract value from 8x, 6x, 7x, hearts. Just bet the flop. No need to get tricky with top pair. No kicker. Just bet the flop. See, man, it's a hand you could have gotten 2 streets of value from. I like fold against that player for sure. There's some people who you can potentially call the jack 8 offsuit there, even in the small blind, if you're a little bit deeper with them, but probably not in that instance. And I know flatting out of the small blind is like another weird concept, but it's just something that we you can do against weaker players. You know, it's not really GTO approved, but most of these players are playing so far away from theoretically optimal that we're allowed to do the same ourselves. What was the action? Yeah, calling it. Wait, do you fold the 8-7 off? You're getting 5-1, bro, and the button's a maniac on table 2. 8-7 off is a defend here. It's an easy defend, actually. You only need to win this hand 1 out of 5 times to warrant calling here. Like, you can definitely win this pot 1 out of 5 times by just flopping a pair, and someone, everyone, you check to the button, they bet, other guy folds, you call, turn goes check, river goes check, and you win. Like, that's going to happen so often. We already saw the guy not double barrel or bet the river before in a bigger pot, so he's probably not going to fight for smaller pots anywhere near as hard. And then there's the time where he has a good hand and you just hit something sneaky, like 5-1. 5-1 is a weird number. It's the threshold in which I've started looking at poker hands a lot differently. I need a reason to not call when I'm getting 5-1, like an actual good reason, like someone's behind me who's going to squeeze. My hand is true garbage, 7 deuce offsuit, like some big factor here. But you don't have any of that right now, so you have to call. Basically, you have to call whenever you're getting 5-1, and you have like a deep SPR. You have to, because poker hands don't have that little equity. Like, even though 8-7 off is not very good, like, let's just, do I have stove on here? Okay, real quick. Yeah, I didn't have poker stove on this computer, which is silly. Let's just plug in real quick your hand. 8-7 off, 8-7-0, and then just to show real quick, let's go against 2 random hands, because these guys are not that much stronger than 2 random hands. So against 2 random hands, you probably have like 33% equity, honestly, like 35% equity, 38% equity, 8-7 off against 2 random hands. Now, of course, they're going to have stronger than just 2 random hands, but not strong enough to drop this 35% down to sub 20%. It's just not that strong. So you gotta give hands like this a little more respect. Just a little more respect overall, and this is an overfold. Like, this is a folding mistake for sure. Sorry, I was talking about that, and I didn't see the ace. Okay, so ace 10, so we raise 4x and get a call out of the blinds as well as the limper. I like to go small on flops like this, like, not super small, but like 1/3 is good. 1/3 is a good place, because you have 2 backdoors that you can like barrel, so you don't just need to rely on your pure fold equity. You also have ace x is an out, so I like 4, maybe go 420 here, go a little, like some slightly bigger than the amount that you raised to. Oh yeah, I don't check there for sure, because it's just a hard board to hit. It's a hard board to hit, and it's a good board to double barrel. You have so many double barrel outs in that, like, if they want to float you with like 4x or 5-5 here, 6-6 here, you can barrel them off on the queen. You can barrel them off on the jack. You can barrel them off, maybe not always on the 3 or the 5, but those are options. Like, depending on how light they floated you, maybe you even can. Who knows? So I like to keep my options open. Betting wise, when you check here, your just range is completely restricted. You're effectively giving up on the pot, short of turning an ace or turning runner, or like, going runner. So yeah, just a little too weak for my personal taste. I think you're going to get just a raw outright fold here that the 4 big blind C bet, 4.5 big blind C bet is going to be immediately profitable. Led into for over the size of the pot. Crazy. I wonder what they had. For me, my kind of range right there would be like big draw. Wait, what was it? Ace jack hand? It's kind of hard for me not to follow these hands, but to see that you're even in the hand, because the cards are like so far off to the side. I keep thinking that you folded. So you raise pre on table 3. We are, yeah, just bet these flops, man. You're checking too many flops. There's like so many reasons to bet this flop. 1, value. Weaker aces can call you. Weaker hands can call you. Like a random 5 can call you here. A random 6 can call you here. Like king 6, 5 6, 8 6, 7. So many things. Bet 4 just as a bluff. Maybe they have a pair of 3s that they want to fold. Maybe they have pocket deuces that they want to fold. So less as a bluff. It's more honestly as a way to get them to kind of not overfold, but just like fold their equity. Like if they have a king 10 right here, they have equity. Don't give them a free chance to hit the king or the 10. If you can ever win a pot, if you can ever win 100% of the pot when you do not own 100% of the equity, that is a good thing. So try to win 100% of this pot right here, because you do not have 100% of the equity. And sure, you can just check it down and maybe win, but like you can also check it down and get outdrawn by something random that would have folded earlier to you. So I don't like check here with ace jack. I actually don't check here with any hand at all. Yeah, this is not a board that I check. My entire range is going to be c-bet there for sure. For all the same reasons. Like even if you have a hand like deuce, you want to c-bet there just so that you don't get drawn out on. And like people are just going to fold to you enough on a 7 high board that's disconnected like this that you can just turn an immediate profit. Like you don't even need 2 cards right here. So anytime you can turn an immediate profit by betting, bet. Don't check. Because you're not going to turn any profit by checking. Checking is 0 EV. And if betting is plus EV, then bet. And I think this is a plus EV bet. On the turn, double, bro, double. To check back that turn is like Pretty weak. It's pretty weak and it's pretty bad because it's just showing a misunderstanding of what a value bet is. You know, like they've checked you twice on this board, and the bottom card pairs, bro. They've got like ace five, ace deuce, ace six, ace eight, you know, ace nine, ace 10, all these hands that you can just bet for value against. They've got like king, queen, king, jack, like all these hands that you can bet for value against. So, and then when they checked you twice, they're really not going to have a better hand than you very often. So, like, exact same principles on the flop get kind of exacerbated on this turn here, and you really, really want to be betting this turn. Like, the flop is like yeah, you want to bet, but this turn is like, bruh, you want to bet. So trust. Like, yeah, you can just check it down. Like, you do have showdown value, but there's more than one way to win the pot. You know, there's more than one way to win the pot. Like, there's no reason to give someone a free card. And I'm also interesting. 3x now, huh? Is that no? I've seen you go 2.5 from every position so far. So I'm curious why you sized up to 3x this time. From the small blind into the big blind, that makes sense for sure. I don't think you'll miss this C bet. Hopefully you will not. Oh man, they led into you. That's trash. I'm probably just folding here, Loki. Yeah, you can just fold. You can just fold. You can just fold. It's fine because here's the thing. Like, they have an ace like a lot of the time, and when they don't have an ace, like. They have an ace a lot of the time here, bro. When they just lead into you randomly, people suck. So, like, best case scenario is they have 7x, and you can, like, hit a 10 or a 9 as well, but usually you're drawing to runner against this bet, so I would just fold. You go 3, he goes 5. I mean, he's got a small stack, bro. I'm not sure if he's that... Small stacks, micro stakes, I'm just going to jam on him. If he's got, like, you know, aces, kings, queens for 20 BB, good for him. But I'm just going to jam with the ace jack. I think it's a little too top of range. Like, maybe ace 10, you can consider something different, but no, ace jack, we're just going to go with it pre-flop. Because he could easily have a hand like 8s, you know? I mean, the way you got in here on this turn right now, yeah, I probably just fold. But yeah, I'm probably just jamming in their face pre. I see we have no stats, no numbers, no nothing to work off of. I'm not sure what kind of site Unibet is. Also, yeah, it's a call with ace 3, for sure. Same concept as the 8-7 offsuit from before. Exact same concept. You're getting too good of a price to fold right there. But yeah, I'm not sure like what is up with Unibet. Like, if you can do a HUD, if I clearly, like, when you can't click on them to get any stats, because I think you would have been doing that already. Raising the flop is like very, very standard here, and you definitely want to do that. Too small. Do not raise to 15 BB. Raise to like 24 BB and jam most turns. Yeah, 24 jam most turns. That's actually pretty sick. In fact, you know what? Forget that. Go bigger on the flop then. Go like 28, 29, and then jam most turns just to give yourself a better SPR on the turn. But I like that a lot. I think any hands it's going to call. And most hands that are going to call 15 will call 20. Most hands that are going to call 20 will call 28. So while these ranges are not completely inelastic, like, yes, you will lose some hands when you go on that bigger size, almost 2x from what you are at right now. I think that it's still the best play to maximize your EV against ace-x, which is like what you're really trying to do right here. You're trying to maximize your EV against ace-x and clubs. You just don't want to give them a good price to draw, and you want to represent a draw yourself and try to get paid off by ace-x. So 18 is just a little too small. Yeah, I'd go probably 28. I think it's better just that way. Now you have an easy turn jam. You know, you don't want, like, setting yourself up for a 3-street hand when you don't have 3 streets worth of money like to play is a bad idea typically. It's a very common mistake that a lot of people do, is they just don't like kind of consider the end of the hand first. Like, now you want to size down. Now you want to size way down. Like, forget jam. Based on the way that you played this hand right now, like, you know, say that I got to this point in my own method, I would still size down. I'm no longer jamming turn because it's just too good of a spot for us now. So if I had sized up on the flop, I'm betting even smaller on the turn now to try and let them get there with their flush draw. But the way that you played this hand right now, I think you can comfortably bet like 19, 18 BB on the turn. Try to, like, get some value, because you want to get some value out of your flush draws that they have. So try to get some value, and then don't blow them off their draw. Hopefully they get there. If the river comes a club, we jam ourselves, because they're going to call all flushes, call all aces. They're probably not going to bet a weak hand themselves. If it bricks out, we check, because we want to let them bet their missed clubs, and they're also going to bet ace-x anyway. So you miss nothing by checking here. So I'm just giving you the full blueprint on how to play this hand. Yeah, too big. You don't want to blow them off their draw, I would say. I mean, I'm the biggest proponent of, like, going big to charge draws, so it's like, it's fine. It's actually fine. But the value of them calling with a draw and then getting there in the river, like, if the value of them calling with a draw and then drawing dead is, like, so good, and if they fold this, it's a pretty big catastrophe, I would say. It's a pretty unfortunate situation where we could have then bet, like, you know, half this size and guaranteed that they came along with 0 equity. So this is a spot, like, unlike before, where you do have, you know, about 100% of the equity in the pot. I mean, sure, like, we're not at the river yet, and they could outdraw you, but, you know, or they could have ace-5 or something, but you're pretty much got this one locked up. So I'm just trying to get them to make the biggest mistake possible. I mean, 30 is not bad. Oh, check's terrible. Yeah, because they're not going to bet their draws here. Check's terrible, bro. So here's what happened. When you check raised the flop, you sprung the trap. You can't spring 2 traps in one hand. It's just not a thing. Like, you need the most special, specific, exact player type to warrant a check here, because 95% of people are just checking back that draw. They're checking back the 4-6. They're checking back the clubs. So it's really, yeah, it's very, very, you're missing a lot of value. Like, I way prefer your 30 BB bet or your 30 BB continuation bet versus a check here.
Gonna
So
go for a bet himself.
it's just
Yeah, the flush draw.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna keep the commentary off just so that I don't have to kind of like worry about it or think about it. And he now, as played, when you check raise the turn, check back the now as played, when you check raise the flop, check the turn, and the turn goes check check. I think he's gonna have a lot of flush draws in his range, and you may want to just check and let him bet so that you can jam all in. Whereas if you bet 30 here, oh, you're gonna jam yourself? It's not bad. That's not bad, because that gets paid by ace X and by clubs. It's not bad. Does it always get paid by an ace though? Does he even have an ace though? How many aces check back this turn? Not a lot. Not a lot. Like, only the weakest of aces, like ace deuce, ace 4, ace 6. I can't fold it though. This is why you just bet the turn, bro. Because like, you kind of get all this out of the way. Like, you already set yourself up to destroy his draws and his aces when you bet the turn. Jam is not bad. It's not like it's going to be a theoretically losing play by any stretch of the imagination. And it could be your highest EV play here, but I think checking's better, because I think checking's going to give him a chance to bet everything that he has, and then you just check raise all in. I think checking's going to give him a chance to bet everything that he has, and you can just check raise all in from there. If he has like a stubborn like 10-10 Jack-Jack, you weren't going to get the action anyway. He's probably just going to check back, so it's like, it's fine. But yeah, I think all the hands that like kind of call that are going to probably just bet themselves anyway. And I think that ace X would have just bet the turn itself anyway. So I don't think you're like really missing much value by checking. Multi-way C betting on that board is excellent. Your size is excellent. Fuck this guy, bro. I hate this guy. Yeah, you can't really call it. He made it too small. Okay, also this checking with these overpairs here is like just atrocious, bro. This is the second time you've done it. You can't check here with this 10-10. Like, you just can't do it. It's just not an option. So, oh, wait. This guy 4-bet you? Shoot, never mind. I was too focused on the ace queen. You 3-bet small, get a cold call, and then they 4-bet. I lied. You can absolutely check. I lied. My bad. Yeah, that's a check for sure. I was thinking about that Jack hand from before where you checked when they checked too. I was like, did you do the same thing again? You know, like if you were the 3-better here and you got called in 2 positions, you were C-betting, right? Like, just to make sure. Wow, they check back the flop. What is with these min 4-bet or min 3-bets, dude? This is like or min 4-bet. That's like not the same player either. And that's like the third or fourth, at least the second person who's min 3 or min 4-bet you. And the other guy, I think, gave you one pretty small too on a different table. So that might be the third person / fourth time you've been min 4-bet, or like 4-bet really, really small. Is that like a Unibet thing? What's going on here? Checking back that flop is crazy. Like, I just don't believe that someone would check back that flop with an overpair, you know? So now I'm pretty much going with my hand. I'm going to go ahead and bet one of 2 numbers. I'm either going to bet like 40 BB, or I'm going to bet like 18 and let the other guy jam over us potentially, and then kind of rejam if the button calls. But once they check back the flop, I think we kind of have to go with our hand. So what do I want to bet? I think because there's so many draws out there, I don't mind 40. Just bet 40. And if they shove, you just have to call, and it's like, whatever. And yeah, you're going to be beat by overpair sometimes, but they could also have draws, and they could also just be like weird with like ace king, ace queen. So I'm going to be betting this turn myself. I don't mind betting 18 though, to try to like just get him to call and then jam over, or like get him to jam and then jam over. But yeah, 21 is the worst number you could choose, because if they jam and then the other guy calls, you can't rejam. You have to, like, you're locked at that point. So you want to bet 18 or under if you do bet here. When you do bet here, like when you're betting small, you want to bet 18 or under. When you're betting large, I would bet like around 35 to 40. But checking is bad. So I'm glad you didn't check. Checking is very bad right there, because the button's shown that they really don't have it at that point. They really don't have it at that point. But all right, let me see. Like, so let me give you some, because I feel like we're probably winding down-ish. Not really. We still got a little, about 13 minutes left. But let me just give you like some overall tips and tricks, for a little bit here while you play this 8-6 hand. How did we get here? Did we raise pre, I assume? No, we flatted. Okay, cool. Not bad. Not bad overall. Like, I give it maybe like a B+, B, just like a solid B. Just because you've missed a few too many C bets. That check back with the Jack was really bad, and just a few theoretical misunderstandings. Folding 8-7 offsuit, getting 5-1, and the BB is bad. So there's just some things that you can clean up here. Your 3-bet sizes from out of position are suboptimal, but I think you can clean those up pretty easily. All right, so checks around on the flop, you bet the turn. I'm betting the river. I'm bet folding the river for sure. I'm going to go like 12. I think bet fold 12 on this river is like so sick, because it gets value from king X, it gets value from 2 pairs, and it lets you fold when they have a flush, or Jack 10, So I'm going bet fold 12 here on this river. Oof. Amazing. Amazing. Nice. Nice. Nice hand. 8+ hand on that one. You flatted getting 5-1 out of position. Check is cool here. You can check here because it's nice to have some hands in your checking range that you're not just going to check fold when you do. So checking is fine. You're up against a weaker player. Oh, terrible turn card. Checking is fine again. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. Nice hand. Open and you 3-bet. They call. I like your size right now. Yep, it's perfect. Beautiful. If they check, oh, barrel the turn. Barrel the turn. Bet. So here's what we're doing on the turn. We are going to bet the turn to get ourselves a free showdown. I think they can still call with queen jack, king queen. If they have ace queen, so be it. Pocket jacks is in a tough situation, but we really don't put them on many ace x hands at this point. They're going to probably fold a lot of ace x on the flop, so like we're not afraid of that. We do have ace x in our range, so it's okay to overrepresent our hand sometimes. You know, put out maybe like a 10 BB double barrel here, and the main reason why I like that is you get value from draws, you get value from queen x, and it earns you a free showdown. And by free, I mean they're going to check to you in flow on the river almost always. You can then check back. So, but like to get led into right now, oh my god, bro! Like I don't know what to do. Like you'd have to just like flip a coin, really. I think if you get led into here, you have to call because we filter out a lot of their ace x hands when we see bet the flop. So in their range is heavily weighted towards queen x hands too when they call. I mean, we've talked about 3-bet pots and people calling in. I feel like that's like one of the themes of the Discord, bro, is in a 3-bet pot when you are up against someone who called you, the caller is in favor on queen high boards almost always because they just have more queen x hands like than we do. Like we're not always raising with say like our king queens here and our queen jacks here, but people are almost always going to call our 3-bets with king queen and queen jack. We're going to have more ace king, more, I mean, yes, ace queen, but like if we have ace queen, we also have ace jack, probably ace 10. So I just feel like queen high boards typically are going to favor the caller more and king high boards and ace high boards are going to favor the 3-better more. So we're in that situation. You know, they got the queen in their range a lot of the time for us to extract value from. Like king queen isn't completely blocked. So I'm gonna bet this turn and then yeah, you just good instincts. Good instincts. I probably would have like if you check back the turn, I'm probably just gonna check back the river, but like because I don't want to open up the action again. But betting is actually fine to now try to get value from queen x again. You know, but you could have done that on the turn where you also can get value from hearts. You can't get value from hearts on the river. So it's fine. It's fine. Unfortunate, you know, they show up with that randomly, but like, yeah, I think that hand folds a lot on the flop too, so that's why I like the double barrel. But it looks like we probably would have lost the same regardless, and it's just a good thing to. That's also a thing too, like so with this site as well. That's a good note to take. And now I've talked about this a lot as well. Taking notes is a very good thing to do if you can do it very quickly in real time. If you cannot do it very quickly in real time, then and you have an ability and a way to take notes on someone later, like you can search up their name and you can just put the note in later, do that. But if you don't have that ability, just take kind of a small note in real time, you know. And my note here would be, oh my gosh, like my notes are very, very, very weird. And like I have like my own kind of annotation that I will use for different things. So I'll just tell you the gist of what I would try to get across, which would be that they flatted a 3-bet from out of position with ace-6 suited, which is a little bit substandard, and they check called the flop with ace high on a jack 7-3, I think it was, or whatever, or queen 7-3, and that's just worth noting, you know, to a 1/3 pot c bet because a lot of people will fold the ace high there. The queen, here, what do we got going on here? So we make it cold 4, they call, and we bet. Oh, they open jam, and they open jam on a 7-5 deuce flop. Call is fine. Call is fine. It's like so weird. It's so weird, bro, but call is fine. Just because people like spastically show up here with like 9-9, 10-10, jack-jack, like ace queen, ace king, like just randomly as all hell. If he has like it's just a stupid hand like 4-6 or 4-3, he might just jam in your face. If he is going Texas on us with like a 7-7, 5-5 deuce, more power to him, bro. If he's got 5-7 here, more power to him. Is what it is. He didn't even give us a chance to c-bet, bro. It's like so random and so weird that I'm just gonna flat. I can't like we're just too top of my range. Standard rule for me, if I'm top of my range and I'm up against anyone, really, I just don't like folding. I don't like folding top of my range. I just find that it's so easy to make folding mistakes when you start folding the top of your range. And it's really hard to make calling mistakes by calling off the top of your range. That's just like kind of how poker goes. Sometimes when you have one of the weaker hands in the highest part of your range, you just have to lose. If someone actually flopped a better hand than you or has a better hand than you, you just have to lose. It's part of the game. It's like throwing interceptions in American football. If you are not throwing interceptions, you are not taking enough risks. And this is like that kind of play. Like you just have to call it off here, unfortunately. Even though it's weird, it's super weird and it doesn't feel great, but yeah, you do. What was up with this king queen hand? Why were we not in the spot? Oh, because they squeezed small squeeze size, bro. Very small squeeze size. You're getting 2.5 to 1. Probably not gonna get jammed over. I don't mind folding. It's fine, I guess, but you could have called here probably. Very, very small. Because like they should be making it like 15 as a standard when you open. There's a caller, and they should be making it like 18 now. They made it 10. So they're giving you a very good price on a theoretically sound bet. You know, like in theory, they should bet 18 here. They made it 10. So you can like really range down and like call with a lot of weaker hands here because they gave you such a good price. You know, you're getting, yeah, like I said, just like about 2.5 to 1. You're getting about two, like just under 2.5 to 1 on your money. That's pretty good. You don't have to win the pot like 40% of the time, you know, to justify a call there. So I would do that. Dude left him 3 BB behind. Yeah, just jam on him. I said call, but yeah, obviously jam is what I meant. It's like, what's the word? If he's dumb enough to have a big hand here, then even more power to him, bro. Because it's just such a horrible, horrible, horrible way to play any hand at all. To play any hand at all. It's like the only thing that makes sense here is a bluff. Because this line should be trying to get you to fold. This line should be trying to get you to fold. So that's why you have to pay it off. He could also, like, dude, this could be the weirdest aces or kings in the world, too. Like, I know, like, that there are lines that, or hands that could have us beat because he was a 3-better pre-flop, but I think you still just have to pay it off when you're beat. That's my logic, is pay it off when you're beat. Ace 4, bro. That makes sense. That hand actually makes sense, you know, because they shouldn't have a value hand in that instance. So I'm not saying that it's a good play. I'm just saying that's the only thing that even remotely lines up or tracks. Yeah, you can fold. Oh, it's against this guy? Never mind. No, not against this guy. Fuck this guy. This guy's a little too wonky to fold anything to him. So also too, with him and the BB, I'm making it min for sure. Like when you raise against this guy, like do not raise 2.5. Do not raise 3x. Raise min against the maniac who's going to be cold. Who's going to be min 4-betting king 3 suited. You want to be min raising against him because you expect a 3-bet from him and expect to want to give yourself a better price on the call. He's probably just going to like make it a like bad number, you know, 3x, 4x, whatever, and just leaving yourself a little bit more behind gives you a bigger SPR, just more room to work with. So I would make it min here pre. I haven't seen you make it min once, and I know that you have made it 3x a couple times, but consider adding min raise into your, you know, repertoire as well, because it is a very useful tool when you're up against very aggressive players. He checks. Oh, snap check back. Snap check back because we don't want to get jammed on a c-bet, and who knows with this guy? Who freaking knows? Like ace high could win here in theory. Probably losing like king queen queen jack now. And not probably, but like, you know, it just sucks that those hands in his range do have that. No, definitely just check back now. There's not a lot of good reasons to put a bet in on this board post flop. Yeah, just check it down. Just check it down. Crazy that dude doesn't try to c-bet with a hand like that. Crazy. What the fuck is going on, bro? Another min 4-bet? From a completely different player? What the fuck is going on with this website? Min 4-bet, huh? Okay, yeah, you can call. Like, what a weird ass situation. I see you sizing about 5-bet, which I wouldn't do. I'd probably just call, play my equity. We're getting almost 4 to 1. We're getting, yeah, you're getting 3.66 to 1. So I'd call. Raising 10-10, 3BB, that's fine. Is it like 2.5 on the button and then you do 3BB from other positions? I'm trying to figure out your method. So we go 3 ways with the 10s and you bet 3 on the flop. I do not like 3. I think 3 is a little too small. I'd probably size up a little bit, maybe like 4 or 5. Just to get value from ace high, get value from weaker pairs. Just think it's a little small, but it's not a mistake either way. It's fine. Min raise, just gonna call that. Absolutely just call that. You don't want to own yourself in any way, shape, or form. They bet small on the turn, call again. Yes, they could have a 3, but let's see what their sizing and timing is on the river. And they snap bet decently big. Check min raise on the flop, bet. I think you can fold. I think you can fold at this point. I think they have a 3 a lot of the time. I don't think that, like, you know, we're trying to get value from, or we're trying to, like, not get value from, we're trying to call down and not lose to hands like 4x, 5-5, 6-6, random 8x that you might have in the turn. But with this line, it's going to be like ace 3 almost always, like king 3, 5-3, 4-3, hands like that. So I'd probably just let them have it. The turn bet is like not enough. It's not convincing enough, but the river bet, I'm convinced. You were not convincing. You were right, and nice hand. But I just don't think in general there you're gonna like. I'm not results oriented whatsoever. I think that that's definitely a fold on that river there. He bet half pot again too, which is not a bluffy amount. Like none of these amounts like really scream. Like he check min raised, bet half pot. Like that's a strong ass line. I think you're gonna lose here almost all. Like you only have to be right here. Like was it like 1/3? He bets half pot. No, sorry. So what do you guys we're gonna get? We're getting 3 to 1. So you have to be right here a quarter of the time. I think you're only gonna be right here like 10-15% of the time. You know, that's like the big problem. It's close, but I think that it's a fold overall. So I think you got lucky this time. Personally, think you got lucky. That's a raise. Jeez, my friend, this is a 3-bet right here. So this person has shown a propensity to be a little bit of a weirdo too. I know, but like I'm not gonna be. Yeah, don't let the min raise go through. If they're bad enough to min raise here with a good hand, then so be it. More power to them. They're probably just spazzing out here. A little bit of a raise that kind of doesn't make any sense because their size just doesn't make any sense. So their range could easily also not make any sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and make it like the 12 BB here that we would want to make it normally. I mean, you can make it like 10 because you're kind of in position to the 3-better, even though you're out of position to the other two players. But I'd probably just go what you call it, like 12, 10, 12 is fine. On this board, checking is cool. Did we 3-bet the ace-9 suited? Just a little small of a number, but that's fine. It's like a little isolation against a weaker player, but like that weaker player has limped a lot though. And now you're 3-bet isoing their raise. I just hope that their raise, hope that their raise, range for even for min is like wide enough that you can warrant a 3-bet here. I think that based on like the amount of 3-betting that I've seen from your opponents, you could easily flat here, like kind of like we were talking at the beginning of the video. I don't know how aggressive people are pre-flop. They haven't been aggressive enough to warrant not flatting an ace-9 suited here. So I think you can easily flat the ace-9 suited and just kind of like let people in behind. And the same thing that we talked about before. I think it was even ace-9 suited where we talked about it before. Just like use your equity from your hand. You're not on the button, but you're still in position to the razor. So I'd probably just flat here personally. Now you're multi-way. I'm probably not going to c-bet this flop. If check 2 again, we can probably consider a small bet. 40% pot, 50% pot at the most. So like between 8 to 10 BB here would be fine. I would not want to let another overcard come off, free card. The button checking the flop means they probably don't have Jack X. The guy from out of position checking twice means he probably doesn't have Jack X. So you're pretty much free to bet 9X now here. The only thing you're really like afraid of / losing to is like 10-10, So I would check call here and then check the side of the river. Gonna check fold top pair after 3-betting pre-flop? I wouldn't. I think you have to call this second pair here. Pretty standard. All right, I'm actually gonna go. I realize now too why I'm taking so long with this is I'm only on 1.5x. Let's go 2x. So yeah, I'm gonna call turn fold river is definitely fine. Definitely fine. You have to make them make that river bet. You can't just like let them have it. So nice hand. Did you just fold 4-4? What? It's a raise. That's a raise. So I don't know what else to say. And this 9-9 is a 3-bet / jam. Bro, what? This is the guy that 4-bet you with king 3 suited, dude. You have to 3-bet to induce a 4-bet to jam over it. Because before I was considering jamming king queen suited. Now you have an actual pair. Like this is an easy 3-bet 5-bet all in. Against this guy, easy. So like make it 10, he makes it 15 or whatever, like whatever dumb number he's allowed to make it, and then you just jam over the top of him. He makes like 18 to 20 and you just jam over him. Like that's the play right now. That's the play right now. Once again, do not. You folded to the 1-bet? No. I mean, yes, this guy's pretty passive post flop. We've seen him not c-bet several times, but like, bruh, second pair there, you have backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. I'm not folding. Not for 1-bet. He's gonna have to show me another bet or two at least. Like if he even bet small in the turn, I don't mind calling. But yeah, once that player showed up with the king 3 suited, like you would definitely want to give them like less credit overall, like in all your future hands. Like just really assume that they're just wild and crazy. This guy here min 3-bet you who min 4-bet before. I'm putting it yeah, huge. I'm going like not huge, but like okay, so we're effectively like 120 to start the hand. I'm probably gonna go like 20 here is fine. You can just play a normal 4-bet pot. We're not shallow enough that we can 4-bet big and then like jam a lot of flops. We're just a little too deep. So I think going like maybe 20 here is fine. Then you can c-bet a lot of flops, small to mid, and then you can jam a lot of turns. Too small, way too small. You want value. So on the times that they call you, like I can't believe they folded to that, by the way. That's crazy that someone would even consider folding to that. But yeah, too small. I'd go like 4x because they made it min, bro. So we're not even like in a real 4-bet situation. Like this is basically like a 3-bet, really. Like you made it when you open, that's considered a 2-bet, really. The blinds are the bet. An open raise is really called a 2-bet. No one calls it a 2-bet, but it's really a 2-bet. And the 3-bet, the third bet is when you re-raise, but their re-raise is not a real 3-bet. They're like making like a 2.5 bet. And like when you come back over the top, like now that's a real 3-bet basically. It's like, and what I mean by that is the ranges that continue will look more like a 2-bet, 3-bet range with the size that they made. Like you should expect to see an open raising range from this min 3-bet more than like an actual 3-bet range. So when you 4-bet, you're really 4-betting more of like a 3-betting range than you are an actual 4-betting range because they made it so small. So I like going like, at least 18 or 17. But yeah, 13 halves is too small. When they call, you want more value. 5 to 1, I think you were getting right there with the 7-4 suited is the exact situation before with the 8-7 off. It's like, yeah, you're not getting a good enough reason to fold here, so you have to call. There's just too much equity in your hand, frankly. And the fact that you can just destroy some people with like randomly, a random 7-4, a random 4-4, like that hits on the flop, and they have the top card, like they're gonna think you're a huge fish if you end up showing your hand down. And that equity goes a long way. Like that benefit is pretty big. So do not deny yourself the chance to show down a bad hand that turned into a good hand, because people are not going to look at the end result. They're not going to look at the hand the whole way through. They're just going to look at, this guy played 7-4, he sucks. That's all they're going to think. But yeah, overall, man, still good stuff, B for sure. Not worse, not better. Some more willingness to just kind of like push the equity, push the edge. Too small of a raise. Make it 5 BB out of the BB on table 2. 3x is just too small. You're giving the in-position player way too good of odds, and it's too good of a situation. Like, you don't want to give them 2 to 1 in position when you're when you're the PFR. So, but yeah, keep it up, my friend. I know we didn't see you around in the Discord for a while, so I'm not sure if you took a break or this or that. But if you keep at it and stick with it, I am positive you can fix every leak that we found in this video today. Absolutely positive. What was the action? You raised and he donked into you? That sucks. This is like a break-even call, but it is a call for sure. I like call there because like your ace is actually probably good too. But yeah, it's just unfortunate that he leads into you. He keeps giving you a good price, so it's fine. But yeah, now you just gotta fold in this river. Yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. Is that a min 4-bet again? That's like their standard, right? And then they folded last time when you made it 13, bro. I might just jam on them right here. Yeah. 117, 130. There's 22 BB in the pot. See, this is like my personal problem that I hope other people are okay with, is I really don't mind if I jam here and someone ends up with aces or kings or queens or whatever, because like this guy has min 4-bet you, min 3-bet you so many times already that they've earned disrespect. A jam here is very disrespectful. I don't mind being disrespectful. We have to lose sometimes when this is the exact situation. Like, we are at the top of our range right now against them. This is the bottom of the top of our range. Of course, there's like 6 bigger pairs that we could have and some good high cards too. But this hand is just too strong to give them respect with. So I'm going to jam in their face right here. I can't let them. The calling is too respectful. You're playing a normal game with a normal sizes with a normal range against a person who's not playing normally. So as a result, I feel like you're just leaving money on the table by respecting them. Okay, so we 4-bet. And now here's the reason why I like jamming over to like a number like this. Is like our hand's like not really gonna play well post flop. Like, there's just so many flops alone that just suck for our hand, that I don't want one of them to come out. Like, they could easily just flat you here with like whatever, and it's really hard to know where you are post flop. So at least you kind of got the sentiment. You're like, bro, fuck this guy. He's like, re-raising way too much. But yeah, I think the proper place is to jam in his face. And that, like, you could make a case, an argument, like he folded last time to your 4-bet so that you could maybe continue 4-betting a reasonable amount, and when he jams over you, then you could fold. But it's like, nah, I'm not opening up those doors for him to then show up with like ace-4 offsuit or some shit to get frustrated at you. So it's like, I'm just gonna jam myself personally and get owned on the times that he has a bigger pair, because they've just shown such a propensity. And yeah, I would go min raise here with the 98 suited, because when they do continue, they're gonna probably 3-bet you like they've done almost every time. It's a flat for sure. Check and fold is fine, especially to that size. And this is another, bro, they make it 14, jam in their face, jam. Because like now they're more likely to play back at you, and more likely. I guess you can call a jam right now for sure. I just don't want to get called and have to play post flop with like an SPR of like 1.5. I think it's so awkward and annoying. And if you jam the 8-8, then you could have jammed this too. So like I would just like to set up like a jamming meta, jamming meta, where it's like, yeah, bro, if you want to play like this, I'm just going to play some big ass pots. I cannot believe how many times they've clicked it back at you and then folded to resistance. Like, what are they doing, bro? What are they doing? This is the kind of player you could just like do this against all day, apparently. Very interesting stuff. I might be inclined to once again, yeah, min raise with the ace-7 offsuit, just because this guy's been 3-betting you a ton. So give yourself a little bit more maneuverability. Such a small 3-bet size, bro. Such a small 3-bet size. He's offering you he's offering you better than 2 to 1. You're almost getting 3 to 1 there pre-flop. I think you got to call with the ace-10 offsuit. Like, range to range, yeah, he's beating you, but bro, he fucks up his sizing so bad that I think you have to call right there. That's at the end of the video. See you in the video. All right. So good stuff, my friend. Good stuff. I cannot say anything else that I haven't really already said. So just go back and review and watch everything. But you're on the right path. You and everyone else are on the right path. So keep it up. Keep it up. And thank you so much for submitting. Everyone, as always, submit. Do the whole thing. Like, comment, subscribe. Help me out for helping you out. And that's all for today. So thank you all. Love you all. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.